Hi everybody, this is Greg from the Dice Must Flow, and I wanted to share with you another video that I took from Gencon this year, and this was a demo and how to play on the board game Evolution. As you can see, I liked it so much we went ahead and picked it up. Now unfortunately the video did cut out partway through the demo, but I think it'll be enough to give you a good idea of how it plays, and I'll probably record a little bit at the end to kind of clear up a few things that might have not been covered yet. So let's take a look. Evolution by North Star Games.
Hi everybody, welcome to game Evolution. This is a simple game. You're trying to eat the most food without being eaten. This game is pretty simple, and the idea is that you have three things in front of you. You have a scoreboard. This is basically where you keep track of your score. You have a species board. Species have two stats. One being population, the other one being body size. You should each have 2 cubes. It should be on 1 right now. Give me yours now. Population is how much food you can eat. Body size, how hard you are to eat. Typically, we'll pass out cards. When you deal the cards, you receive 3 plus 1 for every species you have. For example, if you had 2 species, you receive 5, so on and so forth. So to start with, we all get 4 cards. For the first round, we'll play with our cards face up.
Just for purposes of learning.
Teaching, yes. I assume none of you have played Evolution before.
No, sir.
Okay. At the very beginning, looking at your cards, you'll note that they have 3 things on them. A name, some of them have arrows on them, and a description, and last of all, there's a number in the bottom right. At the beginning of each round, you select 1 card and put it in the food pile. The food pile determines how much food will appear this round. You might note that some people have a carnivore. Typically, most species will eat from the food pile. Carnivore allows you to eat other species. Of note, you must be 1 body size bigger if you're a carnivore to eat someone else. So for example, let's say he was body size 2. I would have to be body size 3 to eat him. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Whenever you're eaten, you go down by 1 population. So if you were 2 originally, you go down to 1.
Okay.
And 1 to 0. So for now, pick one of yours and put it in the center.
And
Yep, any of them.
what is the number at the bottom?
That represents how much food will appear this round.
Okay.
So just to point out, that's a pretty nice card. That allows you to share food with your species.
So I should probably keep it?
You probably should keep that. Out of all you have, I would probably get rid of carnivores because...
Yeah.
That being said now, we now would play trait cards 1 by 1. There are 2 ways to play it, all at once or a round robin style. For the sake of teaching, I'll go first, he'll go, and so on and so forth. So to start with, I'll play discard a card. When you discard a card, you need a couple things. You can choose to increase your population by 1, increase your body size by 1, or you can get new species, which I'm going to do in this case. Boards have 2 sides. They can be played vertically like this, or they can play horizontally, depending on what your preference is. A species can have a max of 3 traits on it. I'm going to play, yep.
Okay. So you did that, you created another species?
That's correct. And then I play 2 trait cards on each species.
Okay.
You're next.
Okay. So I could do this, and I can increase my body size of this guy?
You can, if you want to make yourself more defensive.
I would do that.
Okay. Now, you still have 2 cards left over.
Okay.
You could save them. Whatever cards you don't use, you'll have for next round. And there is no hand size limit. You may play as much as you like.
Alright, so I will do that.
You play the card Warning Call. As I mentioned earlier, sometimes cards have arrows pointing left and right.
Yeah.
Warning Call will pick the species to left and right of that, but not itself. So if, for example, you had 2 species, let's say
this guy protects him.
Let's say I had Warning Call. This guy will protect these 2 species. I have 2 of them, so they protect each other. So,
all right, so I'll put a burrowing out.
That might be very smart. You're up next.
I'll discard climbing, and I will get some.
Just species?
Second species.
Okay.
You can play as many cards as you have species.
You may play as many cards as you have. If you have 20 cards, you play 20 cards, you can do that.
I'll play horns on this guy.
No problem.
Oh.
And if I were you, I'd play Corporation on the morning guy.
So when he takes food,
He'll share with the one
right,
to the
so
right.
I should do this probably. I want one on each.
No, there's not so far. But you did have a carnivore and pack hunter. So what I would do if I were you is I would probably play pack hunter and carnivore.
This population.
That's correct. So of note, he has a specialty carnivore card called pack hunter. Traditionally, you just count body size against body size. While pack hunter, it allows him to count his population with his body size. So for the purposes of attacking, he counts body size 3.
Okay, that's cool.
I'll go first. So at this point in time, typically trade cards are played face down. We reveal them now.
Okay.
We look around, see what's going around. Following that, we move to the food cards.
Okay, I have the board set up similar to what we had in the video. We've got a species that is a carnivore with pack hunting, population 2 and body size 1. We've just got a species of population 2 and body size 1 with nothing on it, a species of population 1, body size 1 with a warning call, and a species down here with population 1, body size 2, and burrowing. As the game cut out, we were just about to go to the feeding phase. And so feeding starts with the first player. And so the first player, the person with the dinosaur, is going to choose to feed one of their creatures. Now they can feed from the center here because they're herbivores. So when you feed, you basically take one food for one of your populations and move it to the creature that feeds. So then it would progress to the next player, and he would eat one, and we would progress to the next player. Now this player is a carnivore. He has pack hunting, and so his body size is considered to be equal to the population plus body size. So he's size 3. So he can attack anybody on the board. He can't attack the burrowing creature because it's full. Its species, it's hungry. It's not hungry, and so it's full because it's eaten one for every one of its population. It can attack. It cannot attack this species because of this one's warning call. However, it can attack this species because the warning call does not cover itself. So this one would attack this species, and it would then eat this creature for its body size is 1, so it would get 1 food for that. And this creature's, because it was eaten, its population would go down by 1, and since the population is 0, that creature would go extinct. Now that food that was eaten does stay for your victory points, because the victory point is really whoever consumes the most or has the most food eaten. So it would continue, it would be up here. This creature would then eat once. Moving to this creature, there would be nothing for it to eat. Moving back to this carnivore, its size 3 is bigger than body size 1, and so since the warning call is no longer in play, it can eat that creature. So it does eat 1, reduces this creature's population by 1, and you do see that we should have marked the feeding 1 up, and I had it because I was upside down, I marked it backwards. So this creature eats that creature, and the population was reduced by 1. This creature is now full. We'll move on to the next creature. It is full, and the turn would end. And at this point, we would just go on to the next round, pass the first player counter around the board. You would draw cards, and that's the gist of the game. So I just wanted to add this because the video cut out, from when we were at Gencon, and I wanted to kind of give you a little bit more of how it plays. Now I do know that as the game goes on, the food in the center essentially gets wiped out. Everybody builds a bunch of species, the food gets wiped out, and so there's a fine balance between building your population up because you know it's going to starve, or trying to protect yourself with cards. So that's Evolution by North Star Games, and they have a couple expansions. It's a really fun game. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks a lot.